I used to think my family photographs were proof that I belonged somewhere. Now I know they're proof of the opposite. When I was little, my mother kept all our photos in heavy leather-bound albums on a low shelf in the living room. I used to sit on the carpet, cross-legged, flipping through them for hours. Birthdays, vacations, Christmas mornings, the kind of glossy, frozen memories every family hoards. I thought they were comforting. They reminded me that even if I felt invisible at school or small and unwanted in the world, at least here was evidence that I had a place. But a few months ago, when I was visiting my mother after years away, I opened those albums again, and I realized something was very, very wrong. There's one picture in particular that always stuck with me. My 7th birthday. I'm in a striped shirt with chocolate on my face, grinning too wide at the camera. Behind me is the cake with the wrong name on it. Kyle, not mine. My mom had picked up the cake from the bakery and never noticed until later. It became a family joke. But this time, when I looked at that photo, I noticed something I hadn't before. In the far left corner of the frame, nearly out of sight, there's a face. Not a family member, not a neighbor, not even child, just a face. It's blurred, like they moved when the photo was taken, but it's their pale skin, wide dark eyes, and the hint of a mouth caught mid-word. What unsettled me wasn't the face itself. It was the fact that it seemed to be looking not at the party, not at me, but at the camera, directly at whoever would one day sit and flip through the album. It was looking at me. I went back through the albums after that, page by page. My stomach knotted tighter with each one, because once I noticed the face, I couldn't stop finding it. There it was again, behind a couch on Christmas morning, blurred between two cousins during a summer barbecue, faint in the reflection of a mirror in a hotel room we stayed in once. Always half hidden, always looking toward the lens, always there. And what made me sick to my core was that I realized I'd seen it before. I remembered dimly, as a child, sometimes feeling watched while flipping through the albums, as if the photos weren't entirely still. I used to glance over my shoulder, expecting to catch someone peering through the doorway, but there was never anyone there. I think I knew, even then. I just didn't want to understand. The crack came when I reached the photos from before I was born. There's one of my mother, pregnant with me, standing by the window of our old house. She looks young, nervous, her hand resting on her stomach. And in the glass, faintly, is the reflection of a face. The same one, looking out from the window at the camera, at me. Do you understand what that means? This thing, whatever it is, it didn't just appear after I was born. It was already here, waiting, documented in the family album before I had a name. I couldn't breathe. I snapped the book shut and shoved it back onto the shelf like it might burn me. But later that night, when everyone was asleep, I crept back. I couldn't help it. Some awful gravity pulled me toward those albums. And when I opened them again, the faces were clearer. It's not just one face. I don't know how I missed that before. They're all the same kind of face, smooth, pale, dark eyes too wide, but each one slightly different. A tilt of the head, a mouth open in a different word. Sometimes 2 or 3 together, blurred in the background like they just leaned into the frame at the last second. It's like they've been following my family for decades, edging closer with each photo, leaving just enough of themselves to be noticed if you're looking. And once you notice, you can't unsee them. I flipped further and further until I reached the newest photos, pictures of my mother's last birthday, only a year ago. And there they were again, crowding behind her in the dim kitchen light. Only this time, they weren't blurry at all. Their faces were sharp, detailed, smiling. I haven't slept right since that night. When I close my eyes, I see them. Not as shadows, not as smears of light, but vividly. I see the way their eyes reflect like wet stones. I hear the hiss of their mouths, shaping words just outside the edge of hearing. Sometimes I think I remember them from more than just the photos. Snatches of memory that don't make sense. Sitting at the dinner table and feeling a hand brush mine when no one was there. Hearing laughter on the stairs long after everyone else was asleep. It's like the photographs weren't capturing them. They were holding them back, containing them on the other side of glossy paper. And now that I've seen too much, that thin barrier isn't holding anymore. A week after I got home from visiting my mother, a package arrived at my apartment. No return address, no note, just a single envelope inside. When I opened it, there was a photograph. It was me, sitting at my desk in this very apartment, head bent toward the page of a notebook. The photo had been taken from outside the window, and in the glass, reflected over my shoulder, were 6 pale faces, smiling, looking directly at me. I burned the photo, but sometimes late at night, I hear the crackle of the flames again, and underneath it, faint laughter. I've stopped turning on lights when I enter a room because sometimes the mirrors catch more than they should. I avoid cameras, avoid friends who want selfies. I can't bear to see what might be lingering behind me in the frame. And yet, I know the faces are still there. Not behind me, not beside me, but waiting for me to look. That's how it works. They don't move until you notice, until your eyes lock onto theirs. And then, slowly, patiently, they get clearer, closer. So if you're listening to this, if you've ever felt watched when flipping through old photographs, don't go back. Don't check. Because once you find the first face, you'll find them everywhere. And the more you look, the more they'll look back.